Did you know that base oils make up to 90% of the volume of lubricants you use every day? But what is a base oil and why is this so important in regards to the synthetic versus conventional oil debate? Welcome to Propel Oil 101. I'm Steve, one of the oil experts here at Gregg Distributors. In this video, we're continuing our discussion on chemistry and oil by focusing on base oils. If you haven't already, make sure you go back and check out our previous two videos, as it'll help you keep up to speed with some of the terms and ideas that will be discussed throughout this module. Otherwise, welcome back to Gear Up with Greggs. To begin to understand what a base oil is, we first need to look at the different types. Base oils fall into three major categories: mineral, synthetic, and vegetable. The primary processes involved in refining crude oil into these base oils are solvent extraction / refining, meaning the removal of polar or bad molecules, and hydrocracking. Hydrocracking breaks down chemical bonds and adds hydrogen, therefore increasing hydrogen saturation, which increases the oil's stability. Paraffinic oils in particular are the most common type of mineral base oils, but some naphthenic base oils are used throughout the lubricant industry as they provide better low temperature characteristics. However, they are more susceptible to oxidation and thus require additives like antioxidants. Synthetic base oils are man-made through a series of chemical reactions that synthesize highly stable bases. This series of reactions is called the Fischer-Tropsch process. Essentially, during this process, the oil ends up reduced to its basic molecules, then impurities are extracted. That way, individual molecules can be customized in a lab to work with today's sophisticated vehicles and machinery. This type of base oil is essentially a collection of good molecules that are built from smaller ones, which results in a higher quality base oil. Finally, vegetable base oils are derived from plant oil and are not very common, as they tend to break down significantly faster than mineral or synthetic base oils. On the positive side, vegetable oils can have excellent lubrication properties, far superior to that of mineral oil, and they tend to be biodegradable. These three categories are not descriptive enough to tell us about the type of base oil that is in our lubricants, so API, or the American Petroleum Institute, introduced a system that categorized all base oils into 5 key groups based on their level of saturates, sulfur, and viscosity index. This classification system certifies base oils and defines guidelines for base oil interchangeability. It is also used worldwide in order to define the building blocks of quality lubricants. Let's take a look at some of the different API base oil groups. Group 1 base stocks, sometimes referred to as bright stock, are mineral oils that are largely produced by solvent extraction alone, and finished lubricants often do not contain any additives. Common applications include large marine engine oils and large industrial engine applications. Group 2 and 3 oils are similar but are further refined by the hydrocracking process. Other methods are utilized in the refinery process too, but these are the major ones we will cover for now. Many lubricants in the Propel line utilize Group 2 and 3 base oils. Group 4 base stocks are polyalpha olefins or PAOs and are synthetic hydrocarbon compounds that have been used in automotive engine oils since the 1970s. Some still refer to them as the gold standard when it comes to synthetics, as they have a much broader temperature range and are great for use in extreme cold and high heat applications. Finally, Group 5 base oils are the catch-all for anything that doesn't fit into the previous 4 categories. Many synthetic base oils that are not PAOs are found in this category. They include diesters, polyol esters, polyalkylene or PAGs, phosphate esters, and silicones. Each of these base oils provide advantages and disadvantages, which is beyond the scope of this lesson. As this chart indicates, base oils are largely defined by three main characteristics: viscosity index, saturates, and sulfur. The higher the number of saturates means the higher the molecular bond strength of the oil, and therefore the better the resistance to the breakdown or loss of viscosity. The lower the sulfur content, the lower the environmental effects and the lesser potential for corrosive damage on modern exhaust systems. Finally, the higher the viscosity index, the less the base oil's viscosity will change with fluctuations in temperature. Therefore, less viscosity index improver additives will be required. The higher the shear stability will be, and the longer the base oil will last. Any discussion of base oils lends itself to the discussion of synthetic versus conventional oils. Today, base oils from group 3, 4, and 5 are considered synthetic due to the extent of refining they go through. However, some still consider that only base oils from groups 4 and 5 are truly 100% synthetic. This is due to these base oils often containing novel compounds not found in crude oil. By convention, PAOs or group 4 base stocks offer higher viscosity indexes, better oxidation stability, and lower volatility. However, the strengths of PAOs are constrained by their reduced additive solubility, lubricity, seal shrinkage, and reduced film strength. It should be noted that by API, there is no certification to be considered a 100% synthetic oil. The situation gets even murkier with synthetic blends, as there are no industry standards for how much synthetic is actually in a synthetic blend. There are many quality synthetic blend products in the market, but you should always look at your product data sheets to really evaluate these products. The overall takeaway should be that highly refined mineral-based stocks offer performances very similar to PAOs. The proof is in the pudding, and spec sheets from reputable blenders will not lie. Base oils are the foundation upon which lubricants are built. Understanding what category of base oil is in your lubricants can help you to determine not only its strengths, but also some of its weaknesses. Next time on Propel Oil 101, we are going to talk about the elephant in the room, oil and the environment. But if you like what you've learned so far, why not subscribe to our channel? If you have any questions, you can leave us a comment, give us a call, or visit our website at greggdistributors.ca. Again, I'm Steve, and I'll see you in the next Propel Oil 101 video, right here on Gear Up with Greggs. Have a great Canadian day.